What's the wildest thing you've seen a parent allow? I was shopping when I heard a crash followed by hysterical laughter. I turned to see a boy, around 8, standing triumphantly atop a display of wine bottles he'd toppled. Glass shards and red liquid spread across the floor like a crime scene. The child grabbed another bottle by the neck and swung it like a baseball bat, sending it flying toward an elderly woman. It missed her by inches, exploding against the wall. My heart pounded as I looked for a parent. Instead, I spotted a man in designer sunglasses, leaning against his cart, filming his son's destruction with his phone, a proud smile on his face. "Excuse me," I said, my voice tight with disbelief. "Your son is destroying merchandise and could hurt someone." The man lowered his phone just enough to look at me over his sunglasses. "He's getting millions of views. This is going on our family channel." The store manager rushed over, his face pale. "Sir, you need to control your child immediately. This is dangerous and I'll have to call the police." The father scoffed, still recording. "Do you know how much money we make? I'll buy your entire wine section." Meanwhile, his son had moved to the bakery section, stomping on cakes and throwing cupcakes at shoppers. An elderly man wiped frosting from his jacket, shaking with anger. "This is assault," the elderly man said. "I'm calling the police." The father stopped recording and stepped forward, instantly threatening. "You touch that phone and I'll sue you for everything. My followers will destroy your life." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I pulled out my phone and started recording. "So you're encouraging your child to destroy property and assault people for social media content?" The father's head snapped toward me, face contorting with rage. "Delete that right now or what?" interrupted a woman beside me, an off-duty police officer. "You'll assault her too? I've seen enough." The father's attitude changed instantly. "Look, it's just content. People love watching kids being kids. I'll pay for everything." The manager, now joined by security, shook his head. "The damage is over $15,000 and 3 customers were hit by flying objects." The boy, realizing he no longer had an audience, began screaming and throwing himself on the glass-covered floor, cutting his arms. Blood mixed with wine as the father finally showed concern, not for his son's safety, but for how this might look. "Stop recording! This is private!" he shouted. The officer stepped forward. "Sir, I'm placing you under arrest for contributing to the delinquency of a minor and criminal damage." As the father was handcuffed, he kept repeating, "Do you know who I am? I have 3 million subscribers." The officer was unmoved. "And now you'll have a criminal record too." Paramedics treated the boy's cuts while a CPS worker spoke to him. I overheard the boy tell her, "Dad says if I break stuff and make people mad, we get more money." The CPS worker's face fell as she made notes. The manager approached me. "That man comes in here every week, letting his kid destroy things for videos. We've asked him to leave, but he always threatens to sue." The officer took my statement, explaining that the father was a social media personality known for pranks that crossed into criminal territory. "We've had reports from 5 businesses, but no one would press charges because he intimidated them with his following." She looked at the boy, wrapped in a shock blanket. "The saddest part is what he's teaching that child about how to exist in the world." As they led the father away, he looked back with hatred. "You've ruined everything. He's just making content." The officer replied, "No, you ruined everything when you decided exploiting your child was more important than raising him." I watched as the CPS worker led the confused boy away, his small face finally free of the performative rage his father had encouraged, replaced with uncertainty of a child who never learned boundaries.